I'd like to request a service animal for my son.
And that's when I got Gigi.
She's a lot smaller than I thought.
Well, first of all, you guys, I really enjoyed getting to see this film. I thought that it was so interesting that it's, based in truth, and that, to see the way that lives can be affected through interaction with animals or other relationships. Nick, maybe let's start with you and talk to me about what it was like bringing this story to fruition and, having a monkey on set the whole time.
Well, the monkey was a revelation because it was a very interesting process when actors who are as skilled as this bunch are had to stay in character. When the monkey doesn't know they're in character, the monkey's just she's behaving how she behaves. So you have this extraordinary moments where you have rehearsed scenes with an unrehearsed individual in the center of the scene sometimes. And then, so what the actor has to do is kind of respond in the moment in character. And that's why you get these extraordinarily unique moments that you could never stage again and never find again. And we, as Marcia and I watched this animal become a beautiful actress as the movie progressed, she understood how and what it means to translate an emotion.
My kids are very little, but I can so relate to a mother that just will do anything to make sure that her child is okay. Talk to me about just getting to that emotional place for some of those really tough scenes.
Well, there's two things. One is there's these stories, in the movie, and it's inspired by a family who went through something. And one of the first things I loved was reading sort of about the kindness of strangers. When a person is in this situation, specifically the mom was on a plane trying to race to her kid who was, almost on life support in the hospital, and the dad's trying to get back and he can't get a car to rent. The people who step up, it just makes me, it makes me want to burst into tears immediately. It's the people who say, "You can take my car. It's okay. I hear your story." Or we're rerouting the plane, or we're landing, or we're going to hold that other plane so you can make that connection. When you just realize that we're when we're in the right space, we're all here for good, and we're all here to help each other, and we're all here to connect and to promote life and love. It's you kind of go, "Oh yes, life is good. It's great," because I forget sometimes. So that's one thing. And then in this case, I've also understood tragedy. I've had it happen in my family. And so I understand when your heart breaks wide open and you don't understand how the sun can rise and people can walk around happy because they don't know your tragedy. They don't know what just happened. Your life shifted. And so I thought that's a really great place to jump in and explore this very complicated woman whose life has shifted, who has enormous love for her child, but also is losing little bits and pieces of herself along the way, and how when he heals, she heals. They always say, when mom is happy, the kids are happy. The other way around. When the kids are happy, in this case, mom is happy.
It's so true. And another thing that I thought was interesting in that was that as a husband and wife, you both, of course, want the best for your child, but that can play out very differently in the ways that you handle things. Talk a little bit about that, navigating that relationship.
Families, when they have a tragedy, just separate. It's destroyed. Most families can't handle death. And most families, or I should say couples, when a child is disabled or in any way, not your, I don't even want to say the word normal, when a child is disabled in any way, the family split apart. And oftentimes it's left to the woman, the mother, to stay and be the caregiver. And so the tumult in the family didn't surprise me at all. But what was glorious was their stepping up for each other at the end of the day. And that was kind of beautiful.